Well, it was an afternoon and I just wanted to swing, so I was swinging along the road at Mom and Dad's front yard, and then something happened later. It's a beautiful, well, not morning anymore, I guess it's afternoon. Just hanging out, trying out my new Raider coil that I got as a replacement from Garrett, and digging up Mom's yard again. Mom and Dad's yard, awesome. So I just put my new Raider coil on. A week ago, last Friday, I was getting my car and metal detector ready to go on the seated hunt in South Carolina, and I put my Raider coil on. I was just swinging it around the yard for a few minutes, and it fell off, and both eyelets snapped. So I called Garrett. They sent me a new one. I picked it up today and reset my machine, and now I'm using it, and I just got a 80-90 signal in the yard. I'm gonna get out my pinpointer and see if we can find it. I have got my my carrot claw on, Matt Cato. I have a video coming out about that from Matt. Okay, I think I'm gonna need my shovel. It's a little deeper. Oops, sorry. And yes, it's a very sharp can lid. Yay. Rang up high, don't know what it is. It's got channels, it's rounded. I'll show it to Dad later, see if he can figure it out. Alright, found some sort of fitting. Interesting. Alright, on to the next signal. So I've been digging lots of pull tabs up here, but I did find some change a couple weeks ago. But now I'm looking to see. Can't see without my glasses on. That would be helpful. It is stuck in this dirt somewhere. There it is. Oh. And it's going to be another piece of aluminum. Could have been a ring, but it's not. Okay, I'm in the woods. I'm across the street at my parents' neighbor's house. I just got information I didn't know. So I'm on undisturbed land from the original farm. When they built their house, this was all trees, and they cut down the trees, and the guy, when they cut down the trees, and this house has been here, let me see, 40 years, at least 40 years, because I guess it was finished not long after right before we moved down, and he said if you look and see, the trees were lined up because they led kind of to where the old house was, which was somewhere over this way. And so they didn't do anything. This is undisturbed land back here from going back to when this was a farm. So we're going to see if we can find something. It would be really cool. Okay, found some sort of button. Look at that. I think it might say something on it. It probably says Osh Posh Bagosh. It's probably from one of the boys. But it was a few inches down, so it wasn't on the surface. All right, put it in my pouch. Okay, I just found a second one. This one is bigger than the other one. So I'm gonna see what else I can find right here. So I've lost count of how many I've dug. There's big, there's small. They're all in this area. I don't know if they're overalls or jeans buttons. Let's see if I take it. So later, I found words on one as I was cleaning it up. Super Big Mac. So I went on to look this up, and it turns out that JCPenney's in the early 1920s, 1921, developed the Big Mac brand of workwear. And I was finding buttons that belonged to the Big Mac wear. So going down the rabbit hole, JCPenney's started with the Golden Rule store, and you can see pictures of it here out in Montana, Nevada, Colorado, Arizona. Later, he became JCPenney's and went to New York. Something interesting, too, is the original JCPenney came from Hamilton, Missouri, which is now a town that's Missouri Star Quilt Company, which I have been to. Here is the patent that was filed in 1923 for Big Mac. Big Mac continued up until the 1990s. And some people had worn Big Mac affordable budget workwear line their entire lives. I found comments all over the internet about people disappointed when it was discontinued. Also, here is a really cool picture of JCPenney and one of the workwear clothes, which included coveralls, jeans, shirts, and overalls, of course. And then I later found this Super Big Mac sanitizer shrunk. Appears my button is probably from the 1930s. You can see the different kinds of overalls listed here. Here is a 1940s Big Mac label. Sanfordized came out in the 30s. And then also JCPenney's, another example of their mixed Big Mac and Super Big Mac sets. Going down a history rabbit hole. Alright, found my first shotgun head stamp. See if I can zoom in and see. Of course, I have nothing. I have my pouch. I had emptied it for the seeded hunt last weekend, and I didn't plan on hunting in the woods, so I didn't put any of my stuff back in. You know, I found 5 different head stamps in Mom and Dad's backyard, going back to 1910 to 1920s. Can I see what's on this one? Nope. I can't see anything, so I will have to look at this one later to determine how old this one is. Oh, wait a minute. What does that say? Oh, it would be so helpful if I had my brush on me. All right, I'll look at it later. So along with the shotgun shells, I also found near where the buttons were the remains of metal, so maybe sort of a dumping ground for the farmhouse. This piece of metal, my dad and Jeff, who own the land, we kind of decided it might be part of a carriage. So if you know what this is, it looked almost hand forged, like it might have been the remains of a wagon or a carriage that was dumped or left to rot in the backyard of the house.
Treasure, finding old coins, toasted stinking liquors. Lucky duck, dig, fill in your holes and take your trash. Lucky duck, digger, finding cool old relics, flat buttons, 3 ringers, horseshoes and axes. Lucky duck, digger, swinging her Garrett Apex, saving history from the
Thanks y'all for watching. Please give me a thumbs up and a comment on this video. Share it out. And please subscribe if you're not already Coming up on 500 subscribers.